Hello and welcome to the Headache Factory episode 7. I'm joined today by a very special guest, Chris Haddon. Chris, welcome.
Thank you, I'm here.
You're here. Thank you very much for having us in this secret location. Would you like to tell the listeners and viewers a little bit about where we are?
Well, they don't need to know the location.
Not specifically.
We're in an underground bunker.
Yeah.
That floats.
That floats.
Other words, an arrow boat.
Yeah, that's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, we're on a boat.
We're on a boat with your trademark Evil Genius dog. I don't know if she's currently viewable. There we go. That's for the listeners watching. So if you're listening at home, be aware that it's well worth getting onto YouTube and watching this. There is a dog presence.
Dogs always create viewers, don't they?
I think so. I think that's how it works.
That was my plan all along.
Yeah. I might bring Lola along with me to every interview I do.
Well, you know what? She'd happily be up for that, mate.
You think? Yeah. She is a sociable sort, isn't she?
Yeah, she'd sell me out in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So, Chris, you're the front man of the band Heavy on the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have a new single coming out on Friday, is that right?
Yes,
on Friday, 24th.
24th, yeah,
24th of November. The song is called All My Friends Have Anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be donating all the profits for this single to Calm. So I would like to ask you a little bit about what the song means to you and how you came to the decision to donate the profits to the charity Calm.
Well, the song itself, it kind of, to me anyway, when I was writing it, it was the best way to describe a panic attack.
Yeah.
So the way the song's structured, the way it kind of builds, and it's from quiet to sort of then out of nowhere, it's like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of, that's what I was thinking at the time.
Right.
I wasn't having a panic attack whilst writing it.
That's good.
Because it would probably been it'd come out a lot more pandemonium than it.
Sure.
But no, I just think that, it's just a very common thing. Anxiety, depression, all that sort of stuff. It's very common, and it's good to see people starting to talk about it.
Absolutely, yeah.
I've been quite lucky in the fact that I don't really think that, obviously I've had bits of, I felt anxious here and there, and
everyone has their own experience of anxiety and depression.
But I can tell you hands down, compared to what some people have to deal with, I'm like, I can't really I'm fit and healthy in that.
Yeah.
But I totally get it.
Yeah.
I've had friends that have sort of been struggling with it, loved ones that have struggled with it, and I just think it's a really important topic to talk about.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think with men especially, young men.
Yeah.
Because there is a stigma about not wanting to talk about mental health.
Absolutely, yeah.
Men in bands, boys in bands, obviously Chester Bennington from Linkin Park.
Absolutely, yeah.
Recently, being in a band's not all, people just think it's like, oh, it must be mint. There's a lot of stresses that come with it and stuff, and if you're touring a lot and all that as well, it's kind of, it's hard.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it was nice to be able to do something for a charity like Calm. Now, Calm, I've done runs and swims and stuff for them over the last few years. I've raised quite a lot of money for them. But this is the first time I've kind of got the band involved.
Right.
And I just thought it'd be really cool to get the music involved with that. And Calm have a really cool charity, and they've been doing some stuff with bands recently anyway.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, there's some quite high profile bands have been doing some stuff for them.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I just thought, do our bit to help. I mean, it's not going to be masses of, dollar for them. But, every little helps. And, they run, they have helplines where people can call them up and have a chat with them when they're feeling on the verge of, not feeling right and stuff. And, that costs money, you know what I mean? Someone's got to sit there at the other end of that phone to be available to chat to people. And if there's no funding there, they can't do it. So, we'll sell these CDs and we might make £500, but that could save someone's life.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's like, for me, it's a no-brainer, I think. And it kind of, that £500 is better off, I think, in someone else's pocket that's going to potentially save a life than paying for our next recording. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand completely. Yeah, I think it's a very noble cause you've taken up. I think.
Yeah.
And so, do you feel like was the purpose of the song, was that kind of the band's way of destigmatizing mental health issues? You know, talking about it, getting it out there, not just in conversation, but in the form of a piece of music.
Yeah, but I didn't sit down and write a song because I wanted to do that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I wrote the song just like I write any other song, just whatever's coming at me at the time, and I'm just writing it. And it was only after playing it a few times and when it took its live form, and it really did, to me, like, take the shape of a panic attack.
Right, okay, right.
And then I thought, you know what, this really does sort of tell a story, I think.
Yeah, so even before you put the lyrics in, just the music.
Musically, you know,
right,
that's where the rest of the band came in, and I started adding, you know, their bits, and like, you know, Kenny on the drums just starts like 1 minute he's dead quiet, and then he just starts out of nowhere, he's just going for it, and it drops down again and stuff like that, and it's just kind of prime example of, you know, how something can escalate so quick.
Yeah.
You know, just like that. But I didn't write the song on the basis that I'm going to write this because I want to talk about mental health with it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of gone that way.
Like an organic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, this song, we recorded it in a day, and within 2 weeks after that, we're putting it out.
Yeah.
We've not fought this time round. We're not bothered. We just kind of do it. We're just getting another song out. We're not doing the whole 6 months of PR leading up to it and all that. Like,
yeah,
we're just getting the song out. So it was literally, once it was recorded, I just messaged the guys and our manager and just said, I think we should do these CDs and give the profits to Calm, you know, and they were all like, yeah, sound.
So for the benefits of the viewers and listeners, you'll be launching the single you'll be you're playing a gig at the Night and Day Cafe.
Yeah.
In Manchester. That's this Friday as well, is that right?
No, that's the Saturday.
That's the Saturday, so that's the 25th of November.
Yeah.
The Night and Day Cafe. Can you buy tickets online, or is it pay on the door kind of thing?
Online, and whatever's left will be on the door, but it's actually Night and Day's 26th birthday.
Right.
So, again, like, we didn't plan to do all this around this gig either.
Yeah.
Night and Day approached us to headline the Saturday of their birthday party, and obviously we thought that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And we happened to have another song in the bag that we thought we'll just release. And then
all the stars aligned, yeah.
Yeah, we just thought, sod it, let's put the song out at the same time of the gig.
Yeah.
Song's coming out on the Friday, because that's just apparently, in the big industry land, is the day of releases now.
Yeah.
So, song's out on the Friday, gig's on the Saturday.
So you'll be able to purchase physical copies of the CD at the gig?
At the gig only, yeah.
At the gig only, yeah. With all the profits going to Calm?
Yeah, so they won't be online or anything.
Right.
The song will be available online.
Okay.
Via like your Spotify's and all that.
Right. But not to purchase.
No, these CDs are going to be what's the physical copies, and that's what's going to Calm, basically. And I've had to kind of sit and make them all hand by hand as well, which is tough.
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about how you did that?
Oh, I've got one here.
You got one?
Somewhere. So, I've got these. And I've sat with a stamp and stamped 100 of these. And it's harder than you think, actually.
So for the benefit of people listening at home, Chris is holding up a white CD sleeve with the words "Heavy on the Magic, all my friends have anxiety" on it. It looks professionally printed.
You know what?
It's hard to believe that you did that with a stamp.
Well, it really hurt my arms after a while. And then I've had to sit with my laptop and burn each individual disc as well, which again, it takes longer than you think.
Yeah.
But what I found is that people like stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely,
and
yeah.
I've not got enough money to pay somewhere to print them for me, so...
Yeah.
And if we did, then it'd be less money for the charity.
Of course, yeah.
So there we have it, simple as. But there's 100 of these, and they'll all be numbered as well. I've not written the numbers on yet, but there'll be 1 to 100.
Fantastic. And when they're gone, they're gone?
When they're gone, they're gone. We're not doing any more. Because I can't be arsed making any more, to be quite honest.
So I'd urge everybody to get down to the Night and Day Cafe on Saturday if they can. Not least because Heavy on the Magic put on an absolutely incredible live show, but you can pick up a physical copy of the new single and support charity. It's a win-win, really.
Can't beat it.
Absolutely. So on the subject of Heavy on the Magic, I'd be interested to find out, because a lot of the times when I see bands, particularly local bands, I find that you can always hear the influence of, you know, what's inspiring to pick up guitar, what the favourite bands are. And that's not a bad thing, you know, it's nice to show what your influences are. when I listen to Heavy on the Magic, I can't pinpoint any particular band that I think has inspired you. So I would like to know, do you have any bands or artists you consider to be your inspiration, or even people you consider to be your heroes specifically?
Well, for me, I like the Clash are my favourite band.
Right.
And as you can see, there's a Joe Strummer on the wall just behind me here.
I can verify that if we can't see it at home.
There's another Clash reference, Strummer's guitar and
Yeah.
all there. They're my favourite band.
Yeah.
Bands I've been in the past before Heavy on the Magic were very punk-based sort of bands.
Yeah.
Where you'd have probably heard that a bit more in that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've just kind of, as I've grew older, it's kind of... I don't know. I'd like to say matured, maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
But I like bands like Talking Heads as well.
Right.
Ian Dury and the Blockheads.
Yeah.
The whole. I don't know. I like everything. I'm banging to Motown and stuff as well. And
Yeah,
yeah. But then I like. You know, I used to be a little mosher. I love things like Sum 41 and Blink 182 and stuff like that.
Sure.
I mean, that's what's in my car at the minute. You know, I've got Sum 41 in there.
Yeah.
I
think you can hear that, because your songs, I think, while they've certainly got sort of like quite a raw kind of punk feel to them.
Yeah.
You're not afraid of like, pop hooks and big choruses.
No, definitely. I mean, and the other lads in the band, they obviously play a big part in this as well, because it's not like Kieran on the keys. He's banging to like the Stranglers and stuff, and that's where the organ sounds. But he likes like the Blockheads and stuff as well, and and the Talking Heads and stuff, and that's where the wacky keyboard sounds, I think, and stuff. A lot of that comes from there.
Yeah.
But then you've got Kenny on the drums. He likes blues music.
Right.
So, and Josh likes a lot of 60s stuff. Josh is the guitarist.
Yeah.
Chucky, the bass player, he played in a couple of previous bands with me and Kieran, so he's like, we're on the same page as us, really. But I think it's just a nice mix of the lot.
Yeah.
But it was good when we got Kenny in, the drummer in, because he wasn't like us.
Right.
Musically, anyway.
So you think he's bringing something a little bit different to the band?
Well, he brought dynamics to the band. It wasn't just 100 mile an hour sort of loud drums.
Yeah.
He listens to blues music, so a lot of the stuff he played was quieter and a bit more chilled than that. And so, if anything, we had to there was points where we were like, speed up there, speed up, play louder there.
Yeah, sure.
And it's just got a really nice thing now.
Yeah.
It's got a really nice thing going. But we don't know what it is.
No. It's hard to define, isn't it? It's hard to define your own music.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But this is just how it comes out.
It's working.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. On the subject of your previous band, because you fronted the band The Minx for more than a few years, I think. How long were The Minx together for?
It was about 5 years.
Yeah. And The Minx disbanded earlier this year. Is that right?
Last year.
Last year, sorry. My mistake. And Heavy on the Magic kind of formed from the ashes, if you like, of The Minx. You share a few of the same members.
Yeah, so Kieran and Chucky and Heavy on the Magic were in The Minx.
So do you consider Heavy on the Magic to be a continuation of the music you're releasing with The Minx, or do you feel like you have a new ethos with this band?
No, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally different. I mean, what I can't guarantee is I don't know if The Minx stay together.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is how we'd be going now. Right. I honestly don't know, but I don't think so, because it's like totally different.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yeah.
Without trying though.
Yeah, it's happened quite naturally, you think?
Yeah. Strange.
Maybe in part, as you said, there's your current drummer wasn't in the previous band.
No, and Josh wasn't either.
Oh, there you go. And with their different influences.
Yeah.
And what role does Josh play?
Josh is the guitarist.
Right.
Josh used to roadie for the Minx.
Oh, right.
And he used to drive around with us to all our gigs and stuff. And he's not actually a guitarist; he's a bass player.
Yeah.
But when we put the band together for Heavy on the Magic, we had no extra guitarist. It was just me.
Right.
And we needed someone else, really, because I couldn't play it. Everything I wanted to play and sing, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I needed that extra person.
Yeah.
And we were like, who can we get? Because we were like, we don't want it to just be a good guitarist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Josh is great, by the way.
Yeah.
But we wanted someone that we like.
Of course, yeah. Someone you know you're going to gel with in the band.
And I just said to Kieran, I says, I wish Josh played guitar because he'd be a mint. I'll always go.
Oh, well, always are. She's had enough.
Yeah, she's like, cinnamon day. We didn't want you in here anyway. So I rang him up and just said, hey, you play bass, but do you know how to play the guitar? And he was like, I can play a few chords. I was like, right, bang,
that'll do. Yeah.
And he was like, I've not even got a guitar. I was like, it's cool, I've got a couple, use one of mine.
Oh, wow.
I've got a spare amp as well, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
He didn't have any choice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We kind of roped him into playing with us without actually waiting to see if he said that he wanted to.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, he was buzzing off it, and we were buzzing off it.
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's, so you've got a guitarist who plays like a bass player from a rhythmic perspective. Maybe that's the difference.
Well, this is what I said. It's really because he's tight as anything.
Yeah.
I think it's solely because he's a bass player.
Yeah.
And you've got to be tight to be a bass player.
Absolutely. Yeah. You've got to be disciplined. Yeah.
So I think that works really well.
Yeah.
And I can shout chords at him and he'll just be there on it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's
Whereas if
fantastic.
someone shouts chords at me, I'm not like, got no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that the 5th fret or the 7th fret?
Yeah, I'm not great on theory myself. I know what you mean.
But saying that, I shouldn't be saying that because I teach kids guitar as well. So if any of their mums are listening now, that was a lie.
Yeah, we teach them the feeling.
Yeah, that's
teach them
it.
the passion for music.
Rhythm, mate. You can't get that stuff.
So I'd also like to ask you. So, Chris, you front heavy on the Magic, as I've mentioned. You formerly fronted the Minx. You worked for around a decade, I think, at Blueprint Studios. Is that about right? More than a decade.
11 years, yeah.
11 years. You also you DJ. You teach children guitar, as you've mentioned, and you operate a holistic treatment business. Would that be the right way of saying it?
I say business, it's just me, but
you're the CEO
of my of me. So I do holistic therapy. It's like sort of my job.
So what I'm trying to say is, I'd like to come back more to that later, but you're a guy with a lot of fingers and a lot of pies.
Yeah.
Well, where do you see the Haddon Empire going next? What would you like? Is there anything else you'd like to get involved in?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know what.
Yeah. You're always open.
I'm always wanting to learn new things and do new things. Opportunities just sort of present themselves and it's kind of like, right, I'll do that. Like I'm currently training in reflexology at the minute and I think that's amazing and I'm buzzing off it.
Yeah.
But then in the same respect, I'm in college learning that one day a week and then I'll get a phone call saying, right, we've got a gig on such a date and then I've got to like, right, I'll go and do that.
Yeah.
Obviously being here on the boat as well has opened a lot of doors for me and it's kind of, I don't feel tied down.
No, absolutely, yeah. You're living the dream.
I kind of don't know what's next. But, something good, I think.
Good, that's good to hear. So on the subject of, your holistic treatment service operates under the name Take a Breathe with Chris, for anybody who's interested. I'd like to know how you got involved in that process. How did you train? What inspired you to give it a try?
Well, my mum's a holistic therapist.
Yeah.
So I've been brought up with it.
Yeah. So would you perhaps like to explain as well for anyone who might not be aware what exactly holistic therapy entails?
Well, holistic therapy in general, it's kind of looking at not just the physical body, but mentally and the soul as well.
Right.
In a sense, but some stuff I do, like Indian head massage and stuff like that is just kind of, that's massage based things. But I do Reiki healing as well.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard of that.
That's the finger thing, right?
Well, it's energy from the hands.
Right.
But my mum's a Reiki master, so I've been brought up with that.
Right. So it's like a Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi situation.
Kind of, yeah. You know what? If you were to describe it in any kind of way, that'd be a great kind of thing. But ultimately, it's just energy there that's around.
Yeah.
That's we all live off, do you know what I mean? But it's just kind of getting people to be able to switch off and take it in.
Absolutely, I can see benefits of that, yeah.
So, I kind of And like I say, I'm training in reflexology at the minute as well. I do other forms of massage-based stuff as well, and I do like crystal healing and stuff as well.
Right.
But I'm banging to all that stuff, mate.
Yeah. Have you always been interested in that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think, like I say, because I grew up with it.
Yeah.
So, I'd grow up and I'd, like, have a headache or bang my knee or something, and my mum would be giving me Reiki.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
So it's just been the norm for me, but I'd never spoke about it whilst growing up in school. I mean, I'm from Wythenshawe, and
to
tell my mates in school that my mum does something called Reiki healing, and they'd be chasing me with pitchforks. And, on fire. They'd be trying to burn me or something.
Yeah.
But now it's going back to the whole mental health thing as well. I think this whole holistic approach to health and well-being is becoming a lot more accepted.
Yeah.
Because I think personally people are just getting sick and tired of stuff they're reading in the news and they're being spoon-fed.
Certainly, yeah.
And they're looking at other ways to keep themselves healthy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's just by having Reiki healing or something like that, you know what I mean? I mean, there's drugs there that do a good job and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's different for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's just, I think people starting to try and look after themselves a little bit more. Because it's a mental world that we're living in.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's loads of crazy stuff going on, and I think if you kind of let it bog you down, it can bog you down.
Yeah, I think self-esteem's at an all-time low with the rise of social media as well.
Oh, that doesn't help at all. I came off Facebook for 6 months, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
I've only had to come back on because I need it. Like, I've got Facebook pages.
Of course, you've got your bands, and you can't run the page without a Facebook profile, can you?
Yeah, and you kind of they just suck you back in.
I know, I'd love to get off Facebook, but for the same reasons I can't.
Well, I'd have no work and I'd have no band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, just stuck with it.
It's necessary evil, isn't it?
It is, but I think if you just try and manage it.
That's it, you don't have to be glued to it.
Yeah, I mean, I try and chuck my phone, like, in here and when I go to bed or whatever, do you know what I mean?
That's
out the way.
Yeah, absolutely,
You're just wondering otherwise, right, what's he up to, what's going on here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or who's liked my photo?
Yeah, that's right. I'd also like to ask you, so during your time at Blueprint Studios, for anyone not aware, that is probably, I think it's fair to say, the most famous rehearsal studio in Manchester. You get a lot of big names coming through there, touring musicians and artists. So I'd like to ask, during your time there, for example, I rehearsed there. I've met Bez walking the corridors once or twice. The guys from Elbow. Have you ever met with a client at Blueprint who you felt particularly starstruck by?
We've had loads.
Yeah.
Rick Astley was a belter.
No way, that's incredible.
And he was great. And I heard him rehearsing Never Gonna Give You Up.
Wow.
Which was amazing.
That is a hell of a claim to fame.
He was a lovely bloke, really nice, and he put my mum on the guest list for his show.
Oh, that's nice.
And my auntie.
What a guy.
So they were sound. He was sound.
Yeah.
But like you got Paul Heaton and Jackie Abbott who are rehearsing there regularly still.
Of course, yeah.
And the House Martins is like one of my top 5 favourite bands.
Yeah.
And the Beautiful South are amazing as well. So to meet the two voices behind all of that, pretty much, is like, that was amazing. And it's still amazing that I kind of can consider them friends now as well.
That is incredible,
which is mental.
Did you always manage to kind of, like the first time you met them, for example, did you manage to keep it professional, or did you fanboy out a little bit?
Yeah, you know what? I don't fanboy.
Do you not?
Nah, honestly, I mean, if Joe Strummer was still alive, then I definitely would. If I met Mick Jones, I'd be a bit like, oh my God, you know what I mean? That's Mick Jones.
You can swear if you like.
Oh, right. I'd be like, oh my fucking God, that's Mick Jones.
Yeah.
But I think with working at the studio for 11 years, and there's been that many cool characters coming in and out.
Yeah.
I've not had a chance to be able to get like that.
I suppose so, yeah.
I've always been in a working environment when I've met them. And then the same with gigging as well. It's kind of like when you're doing a gig, and if you end up doing a gig with a cool band or meeting a cool band whilst doing a gig, you're kind of in your own cool mood as well.
Yes,
because you're gigging,
that's true.
So you kind of you've got your ego up a little bit as well. And
That's right.
It's the whole, well, I'm here as well, so you don't let it get to you, do you? And you don't be like, sort of, oh my god, who's that, or whatever, because you're trying to hold it cool yourself.
Yeah. So in terms of gigging as well, have you ever shared a stage with someone you felt particularly proud about?
I'm just trying to think. Well, we did a tour with the Inspiral Carpets, and I know they're not the biggest band in the world.
No, well that's cool.
But as far as Manchester bands go, the Inspirals are probably my favourite Manchester
I'd say
band,
so
and I've
as
always
well, yeah.
sort of said that back from being in school.
Yeah.
I know everyone bangs on about like the Roses and stuff like that, but for me it was always the Inspiral Carpets, and I don't know, again with the heavy organ sounds and stuff, and that's
absolutely, yeah, I can hear that.
So when we got asked to go on tour with them, that was amazing.
That's cool, yeah.
Because that was a band I actually listened to.
Yeah.
You know, I had all the CDs and stuff and the vinyl records. So, so that was cool. But and back when I was in the Minx and we did you know, that was more the punk kind of thing. We shared a caravan with Sham 69.
Oh right.
And I thought that I was.
You shared a caravan with Sham 69.
Oh, it was. We played at Martin May holiday camp.
Oh wow.
They played the night before us. So we had the same caravan for the weekend, and we met them.
Yeah.
But as they moved out, we moved in. So we had their nice messy caravan for the weekend.
Right.
That was our digs as part of playing the show, you see.
Oh, I see.
So that was really cool.
If
If you had a cooked, mate, if you just...
that's alright, I'll sit when I get back. Hopefully the microphone hasn't picked that up.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying.
Blame it on the dog.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else. Funnily enough as well, we got to do some work with Mike Skinner from the Streets.
Oh, wow, how did that come about?
It was when we were doing stuff for Dr. Martens.
Yeah.
And he got commissioned to do because he does a bit of like filming and sort of video work as well as writing music.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he was producing a video for Doc Martens that we
like
were
an advert kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to spend a full day with him.
Wow.
And that was really cool because again, the Streets again, I think Original Pirate Material is probably one of my top 5 albums as well from them, and so to spend a day with Mike Skinner was just that was a bit like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Because we met him in his hotel at the Radisson as well, and we met him there and stuff, and then we were out with him all day and stuff, and it was like he was a mate.
Oh wow.
So I was proper buzzing off that, but I didn't get him to sign my record or out.
No.
I kind of wish I did now though, because that's, you know, but I was trying to play it cool, so I didn't bother.
Yeah, of course. And as you say, you're working together. You're kind of on an equal level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was sound, man. And then, like I say, you kind of forget who these people are until the night's over or whatever. And then it's like, what happened then?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And he's doing a comeback now, actually. They've just announced a tour of the Streets.
Yes, that's right, yeah. Probably get yourself on the guest list.
Well, I'll try, but again, he's probably forgot who I am.
Well, so I think we'll get this wrapped up fairly soon, but I'd like to ask you, I mean, Heavy on the Magic have had a pretty busy year. We've done a few gigs, quite high-profile gigs that have sold out. You released a couple of singles.
Mm-hmm.
So after, do you think this will be your last gig of the year, this one at the Night and Day Cafe?
I think so, yeah, because it's kind of things to start wrapping up now.
Yeah.
For the year, really.
Yeah.
So get this track out, and it's just a nice way to end the year for us.
Absolutely, yeah.
There might be a few out-of-town shows that come in between now and the end of the year. But as far as Manchester's concerned, that's us done.
Right.
We don't play Manchester every week kind of thing. It's
No.
Every 3 or 4 months as a bit of a special thing.
Exactly, yeah. You don't want to spread yourself too thin, do
Yeah.
you? Yeah. So what do you think 2018 holds for Heavy on the Magic? Do you have anything planned? Any plans to get in the studio again? Or
We're going to get straight back on it.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to, because we've got so many tunes now, we just need to, so we're going to get them all down like we did with All My Friends of Anxiety. If they sound as good as that, we might just keep releasing singles.
Yeah.
Just getting them out, because chances are, as soon as a label gets interested, we'll have to re-record them all anyway.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah,
so we might as well get them out, you know.
So how do you record your songs currently?
Well, it kind of varies. The first couple of singles, me and Kieran demoed everything.
Yeah.
We happened to keep quite a lot of the original demo tracks that was like stuff recorded on here and stuff like that, just
Right.
because it had something about it. And then we took it, pulled that into the studio, and then got Kenny and the others to start laying stuff over the top.
Right.
But with All My Friends of Anxiety, we just went into the studio and we recorded it live, musically.
Oh, right.
That's how we managed to get it all done, mixed and done in a day.
That's incredible. That's no mean feat, that.
No, we literally just hooked up everything live.
Yeah.
And we're quite well rehearsed, so
Yeah.
smashed the tune out, put the vocals down, done.
Oh, wow. Well, I look forward to hearing this.
Yeah, well, we think so for next year. We'll keep. I mean, there will be an album on the cards at some point.
Oh, that's fantastic news.
But there's no rush for us. We're not in a rush.
Yeah.
There's no point rushing to get an album out yet. I personally, I'd rather just keep throwing singles out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if people are that asked about an album, they can just kind of make themselves a mix CD.
Put it together, exactly, yeah.
From all the singles.
Burn all the singles, yeah.
Or I'll sit here and burn them, or I'll burn them all a compilation of the singles we put out, and I'll just say it's a handmade album.
That's a good idea, yeah. Tried and tested.
But yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to get a booking agent soon.
Yeah.
That is on the cards, which will mean we'll be playing a lot more gigs-wise around, not just in Manchester, but everywhere.
All over Greater Manchester as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like the tour of Oldham and stuff.
Yeah, Bury, Stockport,
yeah,
you name it.
Poynton and that.
Yeah.
Wivenshaw. I would like. Yeah, I've always said that for me, the dream's to play the Wivenshaw Forum.
Oh yeah.
I have done a gig there in a younger band.
Right.
As part of some BBC thing, and that was a buzz. But I want to do a headline show at the Forum.
I can't say I've ever been inside. What's
Have you
the
not seen a
setup?
pantomime there?
No, I've not. No, I don't live far away. I must.
You know what? It's a massive cool space.
Yeah.
It's got a big stage. It's ace.
Yeah.
And it's home, Wivenshaws home. You know what I mean? So I'd love to do a headline show there, but it holds a couple of thousand. So you know. What I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
So that's the dream.
Yeah, yeah. So all being well, 2018 will hold an album and a headline gig at the Withenshaw Forum.
Yeah, maybe. Or we'll just do a tour of the pubs surrounding the Forum.
Yes,
like
yeah. Just make your way there bit by bit.
Yeah.
Just inch closer.
I think Tiny Temper did a gig at the Withenshaw Forum last year or two ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But other than that, it's mainly pantomimes.
Right. Okay.
Maybe we could get a support slot for the pantomime.
That's a good idea. Maybe this won't be your last gig of the year after all.
Yeah, you know, it's the Christmas panto.
Aladdin with support from Heavy on the Magic.
Mate, no, I'd buzz off that. Honestly, that's when you said what's next for me.
Yeah.
I might just go into doing the pantomime.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Branch out. That's what.
So people will be watching you guys first and say, "Hang on, who's that bloke playing Aladdin?"
Yeah, well, that's
really familiar.
That's what failed musicians do, innit? Going to
That's true.
panto.
That's true. You certainly wouldn't be the first.
But yeah, you know, I wouldn't expect the role of Aladdin straight away. I think it'd be more like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I'd probably be one of the dwarfs or something like that.
Right, a dwarf's understudy.
Yeah, and then build myself up, you know.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. That's a much more realistic expectation.
Yeah.
You got to climb the ladder, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't want to get too big for my boots just yet.
No. Well, I think that's a fantastic note to end on, Chris.
Yeah, man.
So thanks very much for talking to me and having me to your underground water lair.
Yeah, man. It's always good.
And to reiterate, the song All My Friends Have Anxiety is out on Friday the 24th of November. Will it be available on the internet on that date?
I'd like to hopefully think
That's
so.
The plan,
yeah. I keep forgetting it's this Friday, but
I've been told, far away.
I've been told everything's all in order, so I think by just after midnight Thursday night, it'll be available to stream on Spotify, iTunes, all that lark.
Fantastic.
And there will be a video to follow as well.
Oh, okay. Is that are you yet to shoot it, or are you?
It's currently being done.
Right.
I'm not going to say too much about it because it's quite cool.
Oh, excellent.
So we're not rushing it. Once it's ready, it's ready. So normally we'd have the video ready before the release, but this time it's just going to follow when it's ready. Maybe it'll be a Christmas present for everyone or something.
That's a cool idea.
So there will be a nice video coming as well.
So we've got Single House on the 24th. You'll be launching the single at the Night and Day birthday party on Saturday the 25th.
Yeah.
With physical copies of the CD available, with all the profits going to come.
Mm-hmm.
And shortly after that, there'll be whenever it's ready, there'll be a music video too.
Yeah.
All right. So where should people go to keep up to date with news about the band and the holistic treatments and the DJing, of course?
Well, band stuff, it's all Heavy on the Magic. So Facebook, Heavy on the Magic, Twitter at Heavy on the Magic, Instagram, Heavy on the Magic.
Yeah.
My stuff is Take a Breather with Chris.
Yeah.
.com. That's the best way to go for it.
Excellent. That's nice and simple.
I do DJ at Dulcimer's in Chorlton.
Yeah.
Every month. That's a great way to hear the influences of the band, actually, because it's basically my record collection.
Oh, there you go.
Every month. I'm there New Year's Eve as well.
Oh, great.
So if anyone's around New Year's Eve, it's free entry, and it's proper cool in there.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's good.
So that's Dulcimer in Chorlton, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Be there. All right. Well, Chris, thank you again. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Mate.
And thank you to everybody who has watched. Goodbye.